XEC is up 68% over the last 7 days. That's not a one-day spike. Trading volume has stayed high the whole way, running over half its total market size. Fear and greed sits at 28 today, deep in fear territory. Here's what's behind the move and how yesterday's calls graded out. Let's grade yesterday's radar. 1 day later, sorted best to worst. Track led the pack, up 13.7%. Kaido followed at 11.1%. Yesterday's flag, XEC, added another 3.2% on its way to the bigger 7-day move we're covering today. VSN and Kite each rose 1.4%. Trump added 1.2%. ENS wasn't far behind, up 0.9%. 7 of yesterday's 10 flagged coins climbed, then it turns. DRV barely moved, down less than 0.1%. APYUSD slipped 0.8%. The weakest call on yesterday's list was ONDO, down 6.2%. It still showed up on today's screen, this time on unusually high volume. Best call to worst call, the gap ran close to 20 percentage points in a single day. A flag is a flag either way. Some go up, some go down. That's the point of grading them in public. Now the wider backdrop. The Fear and Greed Index reads 28 today. That's fear, meaning the overall mood in the market is cautious. Bitcoin still controls just over half of the entire crypto market at 56.5% dominance. Across every coin combined, total market value ticked up under 1% in the last day. Bitcoin trades at $64,668, up 1.1%. Ethereum is at $1,868, up 1.3%. Solana sits at $76, up 1.5%. All three major coins sit in a similar, mild positive range today. None move sharply either way. Then there's Bitcoin's MVRV, a measure of price against average cost basis. It's at 1.23, which puts it in the 17th percentile of its own history. The screen labels that zone, value, or accumulation. Search interest today is leaning toward names like Pudgy Penguins, Litecoin, and Virtual's Protocol. Now the 3 coins the screen flagged as most interesting today. First up, XEC, our lead story. It's up 68% over the past week, and its trading volume compared to its size is unusually high, at 0.55. That high, sustained turnover is what separates this from a single lucky day. Next, OHM. Its price barely moved, just up 1.5% today, but its trading volume spiked to 14.5 times its normal 7-day level. That's the single largest volume anomaly on today's entire screen. When volume jumps that hard and price barely reacts, it usually means big orders are being absorbed quietly. The screen just flags it. It can't tell you by whom or why. Third, NEO ran hot too. Volume 8.1 times normal, but price only rose 5.8% today. Volume and price telling different stories like this is called a divergence, heavy activity without a matching price move. The screen can't say if that's accumulation or distribution, it just says something unusual is happening under the surface. 3 very different stories, same message. Unusual volume is showing up across several corners of the market today, not just one. Now, funding and positioning. That's a look at where traders are leaning using borrowed money. There's nothing in today's data on that front. No funding rate or open interest figures came through the screen today. Rather than guess, we're leaving it blank. Funding data can show whether the market is leaning hard in one direction with leverage, and it's a useful signal when it's there. We'll bring it back into the mix the moment the feed provides real numbers. A quick word on what this screen can and can't tell you. It flags coins showing unusual volume or price behavior against their own recent history. It does not predict what happens next, and it's not telling you what to do with that information. This is an observation about the data, not advice. Over the last 30 days, across 180 flagged calls graded a week later, the screen's interesting or not call was right 50% of the time. That means a coin it flagged went on to move at least 15%, or a coin it left alone stayed quiet. Both count as correct. That's closer to a coin flip than a crystal ball, and it's a different claim than saying half of flagged coins went up. The single biggest 7-day move in that 30-day window was 150.6%, and 180 calls over 30 days is still a small sample. Worth remembering before leaning too hard on any one number. That's today's screen. Every call we make here gets graded in public, exactly 1 day later, right on this channel. Subscribe to see how today's flags, XEC, OHM, and NEO among them, actually turn out tomorrow. That's the first print.